Hello and welcome back to another episode of the RotoWire Fantasy Soccer Podcast. My name is Andrew Laird, Senior Soccer Editor of RotoWire. Joining us Monday, December 7th by Luis Pacheco to talk about Tuesday's Champions League slate. It's our last Tuesday of the group stage. Luis, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great. At least Atletico is not playing tomorrow, so I need to be less scared. So, and and it's, as you say, it's the last day for the Tuesday's teams, and its lineups are gonna be whatever. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I feel like last week ended up being not quite as bad as we thought it might be, just in terms of teams kind of just throwing out whoever. But we have to question motivations again, at least in some of these matches, because some of them literally have nothing to play for. Like last week, it was like they have nothing to play for because they've qualified, but there's positioning. And even this week, there are two, I think, very important ones, but after that, it's kind of just a Hail Mary. But to go through the games, we've got Paris Saint-Germain at home. They're the biggest favorite against Istanbul. If they win, they are through as the leaders of the group. If they draw, they are through as long as United and Leipzig
draw, I think.
Draw, yes. So basically, PSG has to win. They're gigantic favorites. They're expected to crush. So there's that. We've got Chelsea at home against Krasnodar, two teams that have nothing to play for. Chelsea have already won the group. Krasnodar are locked into third, so they're going to Europa. Chelsea, a big favorite. There's a possibility we see guys in that lineup that we haven't seen all season because it really doesn't matter. Then we have Dynamo Kiev at home against Ferencvaros. That one does matter. Both of those teams are they're basically third and fourth in that group with Chelsea. Not Chelsea.
With Juventus and Barcelona, right?
Thank you. There you go. So whoever wins that game goes to the Europa League, and for those teams, that is definitely a big deal. Theoretically, they will be playing for as much as possible. Dynamo has to win. This is where it gets wonderfully ridiculous with the Champions League. They have to win or draw 0-0, 1-1, or 2-2. Any other draw, meaning 3-3, 4-4, Ferencvaros goes.
I explain it to you so you don't have to suffer anymore. In Europe, as is in Spain, I think France as well, the qualification is the direct confrontations between each team. So in England, it's only the goal average. So if you have a better goal difference, you go through. In Spain or in Europe, if you're a tie, it depends of how the results with each other. But also in Europe, the goals away counts for two.
Mm-hmm. So
it's kind of like if you think about as a direct confrontation, or I guess a direct team between both of them. So they tie 2-2 in Hungary. So if Dynamo Kiev, ties by less than 2 goals or wins, they're on. If Ferencvaros scores more than 2 goals and ties, well, that's the problem,
that's it.
Right? So
there you go.
So that's the easier way. It's not the direct confrontation. So that's the reason why Juventus still have a chance to go through a first if they beat Barcelona better than they beat them there. So
right. So we have Barcelona favorite at home against Juventus. They won the reverse fixture, so Juventus has to win this one, but they're both already through to the round of 16. There's some expectation that they're going to play their full squads, which seems nuts to me, but who knows?
Who knows?
And then we have Leipzig favorite at home against Manchester United. Leipzig have to win because the expectation is that PSG wins. United won the reverse fixture 5-0. They're level on points, so if they win, they finish above United, and United will go to Europa. Sevilla and Rennes. Sevilla are locked into second in their group. Rennes are locked into fourth, so nothing to that. So the only games that really matter are PSG, Istanbul, and it's really just for PSG, and then Leipzig, Manchester United. And if you want to pretend that the Barcelona-Juventus match matters, then that's fine, but I don't think it really does.
Sorry, you miss one of the most important matches.
Oh, did I? What did I miss?
Yeah, the key Ferencvaros. That's more important. Kiefer and Barros.
Oh yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
I know we don't like Europa League. You know EPL fans, but Europa League is Sevilla's competition. So anyhow.
My fault.
Ahead.
Yes,
I didn't mean it. I mean, I was just trying to be funny. So
I would argue that match matters significantly more than Barcelona Juventus. So
it might be good for fantasy too. So.
Yes. My apologies with that. So unsurprisingly, when we have PSG as gigantic favorites, Neymar is the most expensive player on the slate. He's 12,800, which is really high. Like it's I think
the highest I've ever seen.
Yeah, Ronaldo got up to 12,000. I don't think Messi has gotten 12.8 is. Yeah, he was 12.3, although he barely plays at this point. So 12.8. Can you afford not to play Neymar though?
I mean, I think like with the lineups we're gonna see, I think Neymar is an easy fit. But if Messi and Ronaldo plays, I think you kind of have to make some decisions there. But I feel, especially if the lineups and UEFA has without Angel Di Maria in the lineup, you want Neymar in. Probably Neymar is going to be a lock.
So just sticking with PSG, like my thought was like, even if you play Neymar, I think you also can play Mbappe or Di Maria with him. Starting Moise Kean over Di Maria seems odd to me, but I kind of get it. But it just seems like you go out and you just play your best players, as they would say.
Exactly.
But if we do get Neymar, Mbappe, and Di Maria, do you think that there will be some people who play Di Maria and Mbappe to fade Neymar and think that that's enough?
Probably. Not many people. There are not many. In GPP you could do it, but in general, the soccer community is pretty small, so I would say most people won't do that. Some people you can play the three of them if you want to. It seems that there is going to be a lot of value in the 4,000, 5,000 range, so you can fit 2-3 players. I feel. For cash, there's two guys you want in your lineup as locks, and then you build upon the value you want. So maybe 3, but I'm going to say 2 for now. So So we can go to the second one when we go to midfielder. We should probably know which one it is. So.
Yeah. So considering Ronaldo and Messi, like if they start, are you really thinking of playing one of them over like a second PSG guy?
I would say no.
Yeah, okay.
I would say no. I feel that, Messi and Ronaldo both have a decent floor, but for the salary, I feel, Angel Di Maria having something to play, and as much as we like Messi and Ronaldo, they are aging, and Ronaldo saved us last time for the 2 goals he scores, and Messi hasn't played forever, so. I just feel that paying that money when there's no more certainty in other players to perform, you can say, well, I'm gonna play here and then I'm gonna give up somewhere else. But now, it feels that you're gonna have decent players that can give you 10 points and maybe some upside, and you don't have to rely on Messi and Ronaldo in a difficult matchup.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing on this slate was the 5 most expensive forwards, which were Neymar, Messi, Ronaldo, Olivier Giroud, and Mbappe. And as a longtime Giroud apologist, it just makes me so happy to see him up there. And anybody who pays that, even in GPP, is just absolutely insane.
Yeah, he keeps scoring goals. He have like a poker, right?
He did, yes.
Against Sevilla, so he scored a week. And I think, for what we see with Chelsea, Chelsea works better with him, so we're going to see Tammy Abraham now. So.
It's funny. I was talking to somebody earlier today. I was actually wondering if they play Giroud in this match because I don't think Lampard really does want to start him, and so he needs. You may as well start him now, and then that gives you the excuse not to play him the next weekend.
Sure. I know Lampard likes to win, and he wins. It's been a while since Chelsea has won convincingly. So
yeah, that's a good point.
It's a it's a thing. Like I feel that, like, I mean, as a player by itself, you see guys like Giroud, uh, in a lesser extent because Giroud is a much better player than Martin Braithwaite. Uh, you have such a power attacking midfielder trio behind then, or Chelsea has 6 guys that are all pretty good.
Yeah.
Barcelona, same. But without the reference, it seems that they are not playing as well. So, like, you have the center forward that what he goes against one of the center backs. He helps open a space for the rest of the guys coming in. And have you seen Barcelona and Chelsea performing much better? Like Timo Werner is more comfortable playing as a second forward. Same with Pulisic, or even with Messi and Griezmann. So, I mean, we might not like these ugly ducklings guys, but I mean, France won the World Cup with him. Chelsea is looking better. So, I mean, I'm sure Frankie Lampard wanted Tammy Abraham to win, but Tammy Abraham haven't performed. So you have a better looking guy in. Right?
Did you just call Olivier Giroud an ugly duckling though?
I did,
oh.
I did, but I mean in a playing way because Giroud is a pretty good looking dude. So.
There was some Twitter chatter about him, and somebody was commenting about how old he was when I was referencing these 5 most expensive guys, and I had to remind them that he's actually younger than Ronaldo, and he's only 9 months older than Messi. So if those guys are old, then Giroud is old. But if he's old, then anyway.
Anyhow, age is just a number.
That's right. That's what I have to keep telling myself. So the guy I wanted to discuss, and it kind of goes into the whole discussion of that game.
Yeah.
8,900 for Christopher Nkunku seems really high, mostly because I feel like he's been fairly cheap throughout the Champions League. It's a must-win game. I end up fading Nkunku occasionally because he doesn't have goal upside, which is always when he scores a goal. I think he scored in either 2 straight or 2 of his last 3. Leipzig have to win. In order to win, you have to score goals. What do you think about Nkunku at 8,900?
I like Nkunku. I think that Forsberg takes some of the upside from him, because when Forsberg and Nkunku play together, Nkunku takes kind of like a lower role. He plays a little bit deeper. And Forsberg is playing out of his mind right now. I won't bench Emil Forsberg at all. I mean, I don't know if you watch a little bit of the Bayern Munich RB Leipzig. I did, and he was amazing.
Yeah, he was really good. That was a fun match.
Yeah, it was a fun match. So anyhow, I like, as you do, I like Nkunku. I like Nkunku much better at 6,000. So I think at 8,900, it's tough for me to play him instead of like, hey, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I can go Callum Hudson-Odoi or something like that. That might not have set pieces, but in an easier matchup. And I know, like, yeah, the matchup doesn't matter to Chelsea, but this might be the only match that Callum Hudson-Odoi can play for 90 minutes. So
no, he's out.
Oh, he's out. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, UEFA's website didn't update it, but he hurt himself yesterday in training Sunday, so he's out.
All right, well, let's do Pulisic then. So
yeah,
let's change whatever I said for Pulisic. Like, he's fighting for his position with Ziyech now, or maybe, Mason Mount, which is Lampard's boy. So it's just, like I feel Nkunku is great. I feel, this match is, they need goals, but it's no, I mean, I realize it needs to win. So, I like Nkunku. I wish he was 1,000 less. I mean, I feel those $1,000 or 1,000 euros, whatever it is, 1,000 day key points are gonna go a long way in other places. So I won't play him unless it's a GPP lineup or something like that. So.
Do you know?
But I like it though.
Do you know who leads Leipzig in goals in the Bundesliga?
Angelino?
Yeah.
Yeah, Angelino scored goals. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. So with Nkunku, like United obviously can advance with a scoreless draw. I don't think are good enough to hold Leipzig out again. So my thought was not for cash, but for GPPs. Like this is the game I think that you can actually stack on both sides. Like I'm Martial's out, Cavani's out, but you have Rashford at 8,100. Not to skip all the way down, but Greenwood's 55.
Yeah.
And then you can do some Leipzig run back. Obviously every goal that one of them scores, the other one is going to have to match it.
Yeah.
And if they're tied, then Leipzig's going to have to keep attacking. I think that match has the most possibility of really just going nutty, even though the other ones have their potential of, games with nothing to play for that could go nuts too, I guess.
True. No, I think it's potentially popular. I think that, I wish that, as I say, fill most of the players. Especially for RB Leipzig size, a little bit overpriced. United is decently priced. I like United's prices. Not a problem at all with Mason Greenwood with any of those guys. I feel that. In my head, and if you're not looking for goals, if you don't see that it's going to be high scoring, they are probably potential better players. But it's last day of Champions League, so do whatever you feel you do.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be stacking, but I get it. So.
Mm-hmm. Eden Visca at 8,400 is one of the most egregious prices I've ever seen. He's been really good. Somehow he took 9 shots against PSG in the reverse fixture.
Yeah.
And he had 8 crosses. I don't know how that happens against PSG, but 8,400 when you're a absurdly big underdog seems silly to me. I just had to say that out loud so that.
No, that's fine. I think that's a product of the algorithm that is taking in consideration the new matches. And he's been productive every match. So, obviously that price with those odds is odd.
Yeah.
If you want to mention that. But so in that case, I know most of the, those guys, even if you see the Krasnodar prices, are a little bit odd. It's just a matter of the algorithm seems to be weighting the current matches more heavily than odds. So
yeah, yep. So do you think the most popular second forward is either a second PSG guy or a Chelsea guy?
I think we're gonna see variability. I'm not sure if it's gonna be Chelsea. In my case, for example, I like Mason Greenwood. Seems like a good play, but it will depend on lineups, right? I'm really looking at the Sevilla forwards because they are cheap and Rennes have nothing to play.
Yep.
Again, even you say, oh, Sevilla have nothing to play, but for Osama Idrissi, this might be the only match they have to play the whole year. Or Suso is coming back for injury. I'm not sure if he's going to play. So, even Franco Vasquez, you have a $4,500 guy. Against Chelsea were bad, but bad for 5 points. And, see, Osama Idrissi took some set pieces for how much is 5,400.
54, yep.
Yeah. Moise Kean is 7,200, so I feel he's going to be very popular if he starts, obviously. Yep. Chiesa was amazing last time. I won't play him. I would rather play Pulisic. So I feel it's going to be. If you ask me about ownership, Neymar first. Then if Messi and Ronaldo play, they're probably going to have a high ownership because you can feed them. I will have, probably Neymar, Di Maria first and second. Then I will have the United guys, and then the Chelsea guys. I think. Yeah. But in my perspective, if you're gonna go Neymar, let's say Neymar Di Maria play, which I think it was going to be the case, I will go Neymar Di Maria. Then you fill the lineup with somebody else. So.
Yeah, that's how I was looking at it. Greenwood, I would never think of at 7,500, but at 55, that's cheap enough that.
I'm 80% sure he's not going to play, but
how do you think they line up then?
I think it's going to be Juan Mata.
But that still leaves a spot because Martial isn't playing.
Yeah, it's going to be. I feel they're going to play. They're going to try to match their system with the old change. Hasenhuttl, what's his name? Nagelsmann, right? Nagelsmann is the coach of Leipzig, right? So it's going to be probably 3 on the back with either Matic or McTominay. One Visca and Telles on the sides. Then it's either Pogba or Fred. I think it's going to be Fred. Then it's going to be Bruno with Mata and Martial and Rashford on top, or Martial Rashford training.
No Martial, he's out.
No Martial, so it's going to be Rashford, probably Cavani. I'm not sure if Greenwood's going to play.
No Cavani, he's out too. That's what I'm saying. Like it's Martial and Cavani being out. Oh, Fred is out too because he had the red card.
Oh, Fred is out, so it's probably Pogba's going to start.
Right. After they said
Pogba and Van de Beek. I mean, maybe he's going to play without Rashford as the only reference. Yeah, I feel Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is very conservative when he goes like away from home. And I know they won like 3-0 at home, something
5.
like that. 5, yeah, it was something ridiculous. I'm not sure. I mean, I feel Greenwood might be a weak link because the problem I have with Greenwood is Greenwood doesn't help much in defense. So he can do that. He can do that against Brighton, but he cannot do that against a guy that have Angelino, and then they're going to overload the left with Forsberg and Dani Olmo. So I'm not sure if Greenwood's going to play. I feel he's going to give a spot to Mata, but not sure. We'll see.
All right, that's fair.
But I mean, Greenwood is. I honest to you, I'd rather play Gerson Rodriguez over Greenwood, but that's me. I'd rather play Osama Idrissi or the Sevilla guys. Mirtu Usuni might be my boy too. So, if you want to talk about guys on the back of the bottom side, because I like that Kiefer and Barros for fantasy points. Like the previous match was 2-2.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of points to be shared around. Now, Isael doesn't play. I mean, Uzuni takes more set pieces. He scored a goal. I mean, he might be a little bit pricey because you can get, as I say, Osama Idris is not bad. I mean, they say that Nian is going to start. I mean, for 4,100. I mean, you got a central striker, but I don't know. I feel there's Pedri as well. I won't play Pedri, but, I like him as a player. I think of all these guys around Mason Greenwood, I like the Sevilla guys better, or the Dynamo Kiev guy, or the Kiev and Barros play game better, just for floor perspective. Let me see. Greenwood had like 30% in scoring odds, so they're all very similar range here. So I don't know. Now Greenwood scored a hat trick tomorrow, and then we have to talk on Tuesday night. Because that's when we get salaries about Mason Greenwood, but
You mentioned an obvious midfielder, so we'll hit that up. Before we do that, quick message from SoRare. SoRare is a global fantasy football game where you can scout and collect officially licensed digital cards of football players. You can compose teams with your cards to compete in weekly tournaments, and if you're a skilled enough manager and are ranked well, you can win money and new cards in every tournament. SoRare is partnered with over 100 football clubs, including PSG, Juventus, and Bayern Munich. Visit sorare.com, SORARE.com, to sign up or use the link in our episode description, either on YouTube or wherever you listen on the audio. Is it Bruno Fernandez?
Mm-hmm. It's a Bruno day.
It's not that easy to play Mbappe or like Neymar and one of Mbappe, Di Maria, and Bruno. It's possible.
No, it's not. It's possible.
But how?
It's possible, but you have to go deep.
Yeah.
You have to go deep in players. So it depends of your level of risk. I think that.
How?
That's what I like the Sevilla guys and the Kiev guys, because you can get some of 4,000, but you're gonna have to sacrifice the defenders. That you're gonna have to sacrifice one of Emerson or Telles to get there. So. Or even Angelino if you want to play Angelino, which I feel is a little bit pricey. But
there's no way you can play Angelino if you play. So
I don't think so either. So
do you think Bruno outscores all of the non-Neymar forwards?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Even with his share of set pieces and not all of them. Yeah, you just think he crushes. Okay.
It's
What do you do in the first leg?
It's a matter of like I feel. And it depends on how you think the game is gonna go. Like last week I thought that Zenit was gonna do something more than Bruges, and I have Malcolm in the middle of my lineups. He didn't do anything, but Leipzig needs a goal. That means that they're gonna have to attack.
Yep.
And Leipzig is it's like the new German school of coaching. It's like a genuine pressing. on top, moving around positions. That's the best scenario for Manchester United, especially for Bruno, because Bruno receives. I mean, he's a great passer, and in set pieces, I mean, Manchester United had the advantage of high. I mean, especially if Pogba plays, and you have Telles. So, in a game script, then let's say that Leipzig scores a goal. Now is Bruno time. So you might actually want Leipzig to score first.
Right.
So in that case, and they're not going to sub him. He's so important. And for 9,300, I mean, you have a guy that obviously, I mean, with shared set pieces, have a 13, 14 points floor. So
yeah,
and a lot cheaper than Ronaldo and Messi. So
sure.
So
certainly not.
I think he and. Yeah, for me, it's Neymar and Bruno in your lineup, and then figure out the rest.
Well, let's help people figure that out, because that leaves a lot of...
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I mean, obviously, who knows if he starts, Blake? You're not playing Coutinho. No. I was really hoping Borregaard was like 6,300. And even then, I was like, I'm not sure that's cheap enough. At 83...
Yeah,
I think
I can do Borregaard at A3. I mean, I don't think he's gonna play. It makes no sense at all. That why are you gonna risk one of your best players and plays week in, week out in a match that really means nothing? Just get the chance to someone else. So.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I went this entire group stage without playing him, which like there just was like never an opportunity, and I thought this might be it. And at that price, I just have no interest. Like scrolling down, the benefit of Bruno is that there aren't like a ton of forwards, I think, or excuse me, midfielders you want to play. Like I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play Havertz at 73.
Nope.
Depayne is an interesting one from Kiev. I wish there was another one. Like 7,000 is a little much.
Is he available? I think he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Like I like the idea of him. I wish he wasn't 7,000.
Yeah, 7,000 is a little bit too much. I'd rather go with Viktor Shigankov and I forgot his name.
Shaparenko.
Yeah, Shaparenko. Yeah. They're both coming back.
Yep.
For what I understand, they're out of the COVID thing. I will play either of them over Depena.
Yeah.
Just because of the salary. So.
Yep.
And the first match when everybody was available, they both took set pieces over Depena.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I think Skangoff, is that how we're going to try to say it? Skangoff?
Viktor Shigankov.
Shiakov.
Shigankov. Like TS is she.
Right, okay.
Like, I think.
I think he is the better play, but I'm just not sure you end up with the salary with him. And I think that's why most people will play Shaparenko instead.
Yeah, I understand. I think Shigankov had the upside.
Yes.
Because he had the goal upside. And I think playing at home is a very good play at that price. But being on the 6,000, 7,000 range really, really kills you.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, I'm with you. I like Shigankov a lot, but at that price, probably people are going to gravitate towards Shaparenko, which makes sense to me.
Do you play Mason Mount if he starts?
No.
Okay. Even with his monopoly of set pieces? I guess Emerson will probably have them. No, Mount had the monopoly after Ziyech got hurt this past weekend.
I mean, I don't have... I will not understand Mount playing now. I don't even have his salary here. What is his salary?
60... Yeah. Where did he go? 69.
Now, in that range, I mean, for me, in that range is either Shigankov, or if you like the Leipzig match, you can play Forsberg, Olmo, all those, or Sabitzer, all those guys. For me, is the Kiev guys. I'm like pure midfielder talking. Like I would go Shankov and then all the way down to Shaparenko. The rest of them are kind of. I mean, I feel Shaparenko, if he starts, might be an excellent cash play. So
I agree.
If you have a cheap guy that fills a position, and I mean, previous match I think he scored like over 11 points. So and they are at home now, and needed to at least keep a result. So.
Yes. Yeah. He. So if you keep going, it's just a bunch of guys. I think you're right in this range. Like, it's either the Leipzig guys. Like what I was saying before, if you like wanted to stack a game, if you want to stack this Leipzig United game, like you can play Rashford and then you can play Bruno and Forsberg or something like that. Greenwood, Forsberg, Bruno, or Sabitzer if he starts. Who knows? Whatever comes out. Whoever's attacking for Leipzig, Danny Olmo, of course. So if you keep going, like we have Verbic from Kiev. I guess he's a forward, but how low do you go before you find the next guy you want to play? Because you're going to have to find, like, Shaparenko is what, 4,500.
Yeah. I think if you're looking at the bottom of the pile, I mean, you really need to fill a spot. I mean, there's we talked about before the midfielder forwards. There are some of them that they're cheap. Like, but if talking about pure midfielder, I mean, there are two guys. Paul Pogba is not a bad play. I know that 4,000 again is a matchup. They might need points. He has the spot. He scored a beautiful goal. I'm not gonna take it against him. We know Pogba is a good player. I mean, it depends on the motivation he has, right? And then it depends on what Sevilla and Rennes show. So like Oliver Torres playing, he might have a share of set pieces, and you get a guy for 3,800. I'm not sure if Clement Grenier is gonna play or one of the rank guys without Borigod. I mean, who knows? Somebody that had set pieces.
I was going to say, if you told me that nobody else has taken a set piece this season, I'd believe you.
Yeah. I think, I'm not sure. I think Clement Grenier has taken some, but it's not many. And I don't even know how much is him. And then, I mean, if you want to do Nasser Chadley, well, that's on you, but that's on you. So I would think, that, below this, just look who have a green check on a match that, like, I know the matches don't matter, but I don't know if it's a Chelsea guy that cheap or, I mean, as I say, I like Franco Vasquez. I mean, especially is he playing. I mean, let's say that Rennes have a team like it's even a B team, even for their level.
Yeah.
You got a 4,500 guy, then have a decent per 90 figure. So.
Yeah, I will say that, like, looking at guys in games that don't matter, if there are guys who don't usually play in games that don't matter, that game matters to them because they're playing. Yes, and so
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say before. It's the most important game for Billy Gilmore, probably.
Right.
So,
Right. He even got the interview today at or in the press conference. So it's a big week for Billy Gilmore. Let's go to defense. Angelino 7,400. Feels outrageous to me when Alex Telles is 59. Obviously, Angelino is more of a I don't even want to call him more of a goal scorer, but he shoots. Telles does not.
He's been,
but we're not going to get Chilwell at 6,800. We're not going to get Reece James at 66. I doubt we get Jesus Navas at 56, but maybe. So it's basically Telles at 59 and Emerson at 55 are the ones that I was considering, and I'm not sure. I guess you could play both. There's a way to get both.
Yeah, I think so. I'm with you. I feel that Angelino price is outrageous.
Yeah.
I mean, he should have been on the. I mean, if you put it at 6,000, I get it. I mean, it's just a 7,400 is too much, especially again, like it's a difficult batch. It's like, I mean, they don't need to be bombing all the time. Right. I mean, it's just one goal. It's not two or three, right? So I feel Telles at that price is great.
Me too.
I mean, I wish he was 5,500, but he's great. And we not Telles that he performs, especially if you think again the game is going to be potentially back and forth. Leipzig scores first. Manchester United has to respond. I obviously, if Emerson starts and everything like last against Sevilla, you play Emerson. Like, I mean, he's totally a lock. I feel Emerson is probably your first defender in.
What did he was 41 last week. That was like one of the most egregious prices we've seen in a while.
Yeah. Well, it's when they don't play. We don't get those breaks anytime.
That's true.
True. I would say Emerson is great. I understand if you want to play Cuadrado. I'm not sure if he's worth the price. I mean, I won't go there. But I seen you play Emerson and then you pick a cheap defender. So, which is a lot of it.
Would you play Emerson over Telles?
I think so.
Wow. Okay.
I would say so. Yeah, it's just a matter of, I mean, it's tough matchup. I think price per point a little bit higher, lower. I wish I could play both. I think I would, but I think I mean, I want to try to play both of them, so that's the reason I'm not going to be able to play. I mean, if Di Maria starts, I'm going to have to make a decision between Di Maria and Telles, and I think Di Maria is going to win.
I mean, that's a pretty big difference, though. It's not just those two. I mean, Di Maria's like 4,000.
Yeah, but I know, but I can instead of going Telles, I can go Ricky, a defender, for 2,700. And
is he still that low?
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, he had like a decent 7 point, almost 8
7 points against Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not 4,700 now.
Yeah, same here. Hey, I'll take what I get.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, right? So I want to play. I mean, if I don't have Di Maria, and I go Neymar, some cheap guys, and I can fill my lineup with like the guys we've been talking about, probably I'm gonna go Telles and Emerson. Yes.
Right.
But if it's another high price guy, like for example, Di Maria will make me change my mind, I think, to play either Telles or Emerson. And in my opinion, Emerson has a better matchup than Telles.
Sure.
Obviously there's no motivation, but again, for Emerson, it's a 90 minutes game against a team that do not care.
So there's really no thought of Di Maria over Neymar?
I won't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Just checking.
I mean, and Neymar walking to the field gets to 10 points. It's Neymar team. I mean, Neymar is at the level of, and fantasy wise,
Yep.
I mean, I understand the price tag is like, I haven't seen anything close to 13,000 since Jovinko was in the first season in the MLS, but like
it's like a showdown salary.
It is showdown salary. Yeah. Captain salary, right?
10-2. Yeah. He was 11-7 in the reverse fixture. He didn't even start though. So.
Yeah.
Is there really anybody else to consider?
It feels like as I say, the top guys are good. You need value. I like Ricky. He starts for well, he probably should start at 2,700. Because if you need salary, you might potentially do. I will play him. Then it's like it feels like everybody else a little bit decently priced. I mean, like for example, like Ketsiora keeps doing it. He's 4,000. No matter is Bayern Munich, no matter is Bayern Munich, Juventus, Barcelona, or Kiev, he gets to 7 points.
Yeah.
4,000. You might need those $1,000 somewhere else. Koundé might play right back. Again, not bad. Where's the fullbacks of Ferencváros is Hester, I think, 3,500.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah. I like Lovren 6, but Lovren 6 is usually more expensive. I'm not sure he's going to start.
Yeah, I think what's important, at least for this slate, is if we do get some ridiculous rotation, like it wouldn't be surprising if we got a few. I'm not talking 8.
Yeah.
But if we got 2 or 3 sub 3,000 fullbacks that are like 14 years old and have never played before, but these are the times that you can play some of these guys because they've never played. So if Sevilla or Rennes or Krasnodar, well, probably not Krasnodar because they'll get blown out, but don't ignore those guys because the potential of 9 points from a $2,800 player that you've never heard of who hasn't played above the U18s yet is always much more fun than the center back who will top out at 5.
Exactly. Yeah, center backs are they're top down. So, I mean, if you again, like Willy Orban seems to be scoring goals, right? So, I mean, if you wanna gamble with him, that's probably not a bad idea. I won't do it. I think that we talk about a lot of there's a lot of variety in midfielder forward. In midfielders and defense, there's not much to pick. So, and you're gonna be constrained by your picks forward because if you go Neymar, Messi, I mean, you cannot get Bruno in that case. You can go Neymar, Di Maria, Bruno, and then, okay, let's scratch people here. So I think, for what I think, it's probably Emerson Telles and a cheap fullback. And if you can figure it out, two cheap midfielders, you might be able to pull it out with Di Maria, but we'll see.
I'd say if you're playing Bruno and Telles or one of them, Harry Maguire at 3,000 is not a bad correlative play for a set piece donkey goal. So there's that. Apologies to our friend Kevin for the negative connotation on Maguire, but so for goalkeeper, do you play the guy playing PSG or the guy playing Chelsea or the guy playing Kiev?
I don't know. I'm gonna pick the guy against Chelsea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's gonna be target practice, right? So at least the guy has two hands, and hopefully some balls go around his vicinity. I mean, I wish I could tell you something else, man. Like, goalkeeper irks me to no end.
The only thing I think is worth pointing out, now it's actually not going to work in my favor now, but Safanov is the Krasnodar keeper. Who knows if he starts, because he's their starter and he doesn't need to start. He had negative 1.8 points against Chelsea in the reverse fixture. Given that, I just assume I played him. I don't remember, but I probably did. But he had 12 points.
It was early game, so unless you play it, I played him, so I think so. Yeah.
He had 12.3 in a draw against Rennes, 20.3 in a clean sheet win against Rennes. Now we know why Rennes is so much in trouble. And he had 10.3 against Sevilla while giving up 3 goals. He had 8 saves. So it seems like an easy play to me.
Yep, I agree. So
he'll be the -4 tomorrow on 3 Billy Gilmore goals.
Yep, absolutely. Or definitely. Another 3 goals from Greenwood to win the Golden Boot or whatever
That's right.
The contest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know. Like, whatever it fits. I will say I like the Krasnodar over the other 2. I mean, Ferencvaros's goal seems okay. I'm afraid that PSG is going to score 1 goal. It's going to sit back. And all my Neymar shares are going to be bad, but hey,
Do they know how to do that, though?
Well, they did it against Leipzig last time, so. And in Turkey, when Neymar got injured, they pretty much give up. But anyhow,
when Neymar got injured, but I mean
now is Berratti playing. Berratti is the different thing.
Exactly.
Berratti pushed the team, so I think
exactly.
So.
It is amazing.
And I was right. I was right the last time. I was right the last time. So
it is amazing how much star power they have, and like Verratti might be the most important player on the team.
Without a doubt, I think so. I think Verratti and Neymar are the most important. So.
Yeah. All right. If anybody has any follow-up questions for Luis, you can find him on Twitter at Pacheco. You can find me at RotoWire Andrew. Available in the RotoWire Discord as well, which is open for all subscribers. Just go to rotowire.com/chat to join there. If you are not a RotoWire subscriber and would like to try us out for free for 10 days, no credit card required, just go to rotowire.com/pod. That's POD. That also gets you into the Discord, so you can see what all the chatter is. I'd say Champions League Tuesday is by far the most chatter, both before the slate locks with who's taking set pieces, who's this 12-year-old guy playing right back for Sevilla and whatnot. So head in there. If you've enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind dropping a like below, feel free to subscribe as well for all of our different sports content from rotowire.com. And if you're listening on the regular audio podcast, if you could please rate and review it wherever you listen. So, Luis, thank you for that, and good luck on Tuesday.
Andrew, good luck to you and good luck to everybody, especially if you're a RotoWire subscriber.